Abba. Another baby for Anna, Agnetha Faltskog. Another infant for Abba's Anna, as it has for Princess Anne. 1977 offers the possibility of a November infant for Abba's Anna. Anna, Agnetha Faltskog, of the world well-known Abba singing group, didn't have any acquaintance with it. However, when she uncovered that she was anticipating a child, there was a challenge of pleasure from Princess Anne of Britain. Very obscure, the blonde who is hitched to another artist in the outline-besting Swedish foursome, the sovereign of Britain's little girl is one of her most over-the-top fans. Each record gave by Abba is excitedly gobbled up by the princess, and she plays the Swedish band hits over and over at her home, especially on the nights when her better half imprint Phillips is occupied with his military obligations. Anna and Princess Anne will have their children in November, says Bjorn Ulvaeus, spouse of the blonde 27-year-old vocalist. It would be awesome if the two infants were brought into the world around the same time. We will attempt to celebrate in the most ideal way. We will compose an uncommon tune to recognize the occasion. Obviously, we will send Princess Anne an extraordinary duplicate of it. The infant which will be brought into the world to Anna is her subsequent youngster. She as of now has a 4-year-old girl, Linda Ulvaeus. Painstakingly arranged. There isn't anything unplanned about the glad occasion in the existence of Anna. The infant was painstakingly arranged, says Bjorn Ulvaeus. The infant was painstakingly arranged. Anna discloses why she chose to have a subsequent baby. I had an extremely glad adolescence, and don't need Linda to grow up as a forlorn single kid. I don't care either way if the baby is a boy or girl, yet to be straightforward, I rather trust it will be a healthy baby. Neither one of the children might actually have a more sensational presentation than Anna. Her first stage appearance was at the young age of 5, says Anna. Her dad got a kick out of the chance to arrange shows in their old neighborhood, the Lakeside U in Chirping, and he thought it was a smart thought if his little girl, Agnetha, ought to sing for a social affair of old-timer. I don't recollect singing, says Anna. However, I do recall the crowd out of nowhere blasting into crazy giggling. My pants had tumbled to the ground after the versatile snapped. From that second, Anna concluded she would surrender all thought of singing. She left school at 16 years old and found a new line of work as a phone switchboard administrator. At that point, she had a despondent love-illicit relationship. To support herself, she thought of her first melody, and despite the fact that it did next to no to relieve her hurting heart, the number, "I Was So Enamored," brought her moment notoriety and achievement. Her private life was rough as she fell all through affection, and got drawn into a German musician, Weight Watcher Zimmermann. As a matter of fact, she says, from that point onwards, the subtleties of Anna's vocation are known to the entire world. She went to Stockholm with "I Was So Enamored," at that point wedded Bjorn after the couple had gone to live in a little condo disregarding a waterway. They were hitched in a little town church, and in 1973 their first child, Linda Ellen Ulvaeus, was conceived. It was recalling my own youth which made me very established that Linda would have at any rate one sibling or sister, says Anna. We were all near the point that after I got celebrated in Stockholm I made a decent attempt to convince my dad and mom to come and live with us, or possibly close to us. I needed them to move from their home so we could all be close, as we were in my youth. I have a more youthful sister Mona, and I have missed her an incredible arrangement. In any case, nor Anna's folks nor her sister needed to take major action. We as a whole felt that we would be abnormal and despondent in a significant city in the wake of carrying on with for our entire lives in a little local area, said the vocalist's dad. We are little residents and very glad to remain as such. At any rate, our more youthful girl Mona needs us more than Agnetha does. Mona, who emulated her sister's example by filling in as a phone administrator, is presently married to a taxi driver. I have no melodic desires by any means, she says. I surmise I had enough of it when Agnetha was at home, singing and playing the piano the entire day. She used to sing and play throughout the evening, at that point go to work the following day and fall asleep over the switchboard. That relieved me of truly needing to emulate her example as a performer or vocalist. Anna is extremely enamored with youngsters. not just her young person. She once made an extraordinary visit through schools nearby in which she was raised, singing for a great many adolescents. Nonetheless, it was not the pop melodies which she sang. It was a melody which she had composed, showing young men and young ladies the right method to brush their teeth. One of the miseries of her profession as a pop artist is that Anna needs to leave Linda at home, an extraordinary arrangement when she goes on broad visits. "I was very miserable in the months after Linda was conceived," says Anna. "I had a terrible soul, for I accepted that I was dismissing my little girl, and that is the last thing that I needed. I used to cry about it. However, presently Linda is mature enough to comprehend that I must be away from busy working a ton. In the not-so-distant future, I desire to have the option to invest more energy with her, and obviously, taking care of the child which is on its way." Surely, it was practically unthinkable for Anna to surrender everything after Abba's success at the Eurovision Tune Challenge at Brighton in 1974. From that point forward, the Abba has gotten quite possibly the best diversion units on the planet. They have sold more than 30 million single records and 20 million LPs.